The other day, I wanted to make a peanut butter and pickle sandwich on toast. And something shocking happened. The toaster would not work. I was sad. Mr. Toaster, why won't you work? Mr. Toaster didn't say anything. I was worried. Mr. Toaster, what is wrong with you?
Perhaps I could help you.
That would be great. But who are you?
My name is Ernie the Electron. I've been elected spokesmodel for all of the electrons. They picked me because I am friendly and well-groomed.
My gosh, you are quite lovely.
Why, thank you. Let me tell you about my people, the electrons, and how we help you.
Please do.
We are a nomadic people.
Nomadic? What does that mean?
We move from place to place sometimes. I'll explain it all to you. Often, some of my people spend their time as part of an atom. All things are made out of atoms. They are the smallest component of matter. The stuff around us, gold, salt, cheese, goats. Why, even you are made of atoms.
I don't feel like I'm made of atoms.
So what, may you ask, are atoms made of? Atoms themselves are made of even smaller parts. Protons, which have a positive charge, neutron, which has a neutral charge, and my people, electrons, which have a negative charge. We spend our time running circles around those lazy protons and neutrons. Every so often, when a group of protons and neutrons, which is called a nucleus, doesn't hold on to us strongly, we tend to wander off. You may have seen the power of our wandering.
What do you mean?
Have you ever touched a doorknob and gotten a small electric shock?
Why, yes, I have.
That was us electrons moving from the carpet and onto you. And when you touched the doorknob, we decided to move to the doorknob, which let us pass more easily through it. It is known as being a good conductor. No, not that kind of conductor. We electrons would much rather travel through something that is easy for us to move through, especially things like metal. These things are known as a good conductor, because we can move easily. The doorknob is a better conductor than you are. Now, once we electrons are free, we can move very fast through metals, gases, or we can rest on a surface. When a group of us are resting on a surface, we make the surface negatively charged. And since we are just sitting there, the surface has a negative statical electrical charge. So while shuffling your feet across the carpeting, you now have a negative static electrical charge. But when you touch the doorknob, which does not have a negative charge, the little shock you feel is the electrons moving from your finger to the doorknob so that you each have the same charge.
Wow, it's like little lightning.
Exactly, my dear. It is a really, really, really big static electricity. Except the clouds generate the negative charge by running into each other, and the Earth itself is like a giant doorknob.
Now, Ernie, this is all quite interesting, but you are not helping make my peanut butter and pickle sandwich. Why doesn't Mr. Toaster work?
Patience, my dear. Now, I have told you of the power of us electrons out in the wild, but I have yet to tell you how we work together to provide all sorts of wonders for you.
Like what?
Have you ever wondered why the lights go on when you flip the light switch on?
I guess I have never thought about it.
Lightning is exciting, but not very helpful for lighting one's house. So the electric company has to do some work to get us electrons to cooperate. They have big machines called generators that have a big fan that is moved by using water or steam, and attached to the fan is a big magnet. This magnet turns inside heavy copper coils. The spinning makes us electrons move. Once we start moving, we want to see where we can go, so we follow whatever path seems the easiest. The electric company knows this, so they set up metal wires for us to go through. We move through wires like water does through a hose. A lot of force sends a lot of water out, and a little force just a trickle of water. So we move through the wire with great force, far too great for you to let us into your home. So before we come to your house, we go through a thing called a transformer, which slows us down to a trickle. The trickle is enough power to light the light bulb you turned the switch on several pages ago.
This still doesn't tell me what's wrong with Mr. Toaster.
Well, Mr. Toaster uses electricity to heat your bread, to make it all toasty brown, right?
Right.
And where does the electricity come from?
the outlet in the wall from the power plant through the wires. Gosh, I forgot to plug you in, Mr. Toaster.
Well, my job here is done. I need to get back to work. Your toast awaits.
Thank you, Ernie.
Bye.
Yum! Peanut butter and pickles on toast. My favorite. The end.